Hey folks, in this video I'm going to show you one of my favorite dishes to cook with eggs. This is a frittata and I've got 6 eggs to use. I've got some mushrooms, some bacon that we raised here on the farm. This is from the last set of meat hogs that we raised and sold here in the fall. I've got half of an onion and I've got some cheese. I've got a little pepper jack and some American cheese. I'll also be putting a little salsa in it that we canned. We made this and canned it here. And then I've got a few seasonings. I'll be using some Everglades. You don't have to use that. You can use anything you like. Just some salt and black pepper. And I've also got some crushed red pepper. A good friend of mine makes this out of peppers that he grows. Put that in there just for a little bit of heat. First thing it will do though is go ahead and start cutting up the bacon and get that in a skillet along with the onions so that it can start rendering down and cooking the onions. I've got a little medium sized pan here and I'm going to go ahead and get a burner on about medium high and go ahead and get the bacon in there. Let it start cooking, rendering down. My next step here is to go ahead and slice up a half of an onion. You can chop it, do it fine or however you want. I'm going to slice mine. I like the bigger pieces. That's kind of a choice that you can make for yourself. And I'm going to put this in the bacon and let it cook as the bacon cooks. I want my onions to cook with the bacon because it's going to take them a little longer. I'll do the mushrooms after the onions start getting cooked down a little bit. We want to do them last. While the onions and bacon's cooking, I will go ahead and start slicing my mushrooms. Again, you can cut these up however you want. I'm just going to slice mine and kind of leave them in some bigger pieces. If you don't like that, you could always cut them up smaller, finer pieces, but that's your preference. I don't know, there's just something about the way bacon and onion smells when it's cooking together. I wish I could let you guys smell this, but you'll just have to take my word for it. If you know, you know. We'll back that heat down just a little bit. Cook it on a gas stove, and this burner here gets pretty hot. I will go ahead and start breaking my eggs. I've got 6 of them, and I'm going to put these in a bowl, and I'll put the seasoning directly into the eggs, and we'll beat them and have that ready. Oops. I've always been told that if you'll hit your egg on a flat surface, that it helps with preventing shell from getting in there. I don't know if that's true or not. I did forget to tell you when I was talking about the ingredients, I am going to put about a half a cup or so of milk in there. Now I'm just going to take and start whipping these up. Try not to make too much of a mess. And while I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and season my eggs. I'm going to do a little bit of salt. I'm not going to do a lot. I can't remember how much salt is in this. I don't think it's too salty, but that's the first ingredient. So we're going to do a little bit of this Everglades. If you got any kind of another seasoning that you like to use, do that, or you could just do salt, or salt and pepper would be fine. I like to season mine up a little bit. Do about that much. I'll do a little bit of black pepper. And then I'm going to use a little bit of this red pepper to give it just a little bit of spiciness. About that much. I'll just finish mixing all that up. And right now would be a good time to go ahead and get your oven preheated because this is going into the oven once I get it all mixed in the skillet. I've got mine on 350 degrees. Now's a good time to go ahead and add the mushrooms. Let those cook just for a little while. They don't have to cook long. We mostly want them to absorb up some of that fat and flavor from the bacon and onions. So when do you want to add the eggs? You want to let the bacon or whatever meat you use, let that basically just finish cooking. This bacon's about where I want it, so I'm going to go ahead and kill the heat on this, and I'll add the rest of my ingredients directly into the skillet. I'm going to spread this out just a little bit though, make it as even as I can. here's when I'm going to go in with a little bit of this salsa. Use as much of that as you want, or a little for that matter. And I'm going to put some cheese in here, and this is again pepper jack and American cheese, and this was sliced. I just kind of cut it up into some chunks or pieces here. If you've got some shredded cheese, that melts up pretty good. But I had some cheddar in the refrigerator that was already shredded, but I wanted to use this pepper jack and American. You can get creative now when it comes to the cheese that you use in this. Use anything you want. And finally, the eggs. I'm just going to kind of leave that alone. I might move it around just a little bit, make sure the egg has got down in there. Move my cheese around just a little bit. Everything seems to be in a good place, so that's good enough. This is going into a 350-degree oven, and I'll check on it in just a few minutes. It'll probably take around 15 or 20 minutes. We just want the egg to finish cooking, and it'll be ready. Folks, this took about a half hour, and I just took it out of the oven a few minutes ago, and I've been letting it cool. It browned up nice, it firmed up good, and I'm looking forward to getting into this and taking a bite and seeing how it tastes. Man, that's so good. I'm going to eat it straight out of the skillet. In the title of the video, I mentioned the price of eggs. If you follow this channel for a few years, you probably remember the chicken coop video that I made when I built this coop out of pallets. So I wanted to show it to you and talk to you a little bit about my chickens and where they are. Back in the late fall, right around the same time we sold the last of our meat hogs, I ended up selling my chickens. I took them to an auction, and the reason being, this workshop was being built, and where that chicken coop is sitting is directly beside of this building. And in the spring, I'm planning on putting a lean-to onto this, where I'm going to move my metalworking tools. But we decided to sell our chickens so I could move the coop, and honestly, since we weren't going to have any hogs this winter, I didn't really want to have to worry about feeding anything besides my dog and cat. I bought a 18-pack of eggs this week, and it was $8.99. And you know, I know egg price has been up for a little while, but when I went into the grocery store, that was the only thing I bought this time, or the only thing I was going in there for, so I guess the price just stood out to me more. So, which we was already planning on getting chickens. Again, we'll probably always keep chickens, but I'm definitely getting them back now. $8.99 for an 18-pack of eggs, I ain't paying that. People used to say that you could buy food in the grocery store cheaper and you could raise it. I'm not so sure. The coop, I've had some comments, people asking how the coop's holding up. I probably need to do a follow-up video on it sometime. It's doing good. I really should have put a coat of some kind of paint on it when I built it. Didn't do that, so when I move it, I think I'll do that. And I look to get several more years of good use out of it, hopefully. So it's doing good. Just to show you a little bit of what I've been working on, I built this set of doors a few weeks ago, and we're waiting until the weather fires up just a little bit. I got to wait on my father-in-law. They're pretty heavy, and I need somebody to help me hang them. So when he gets freed up and is able to come over on a Saturday in a few weeks or whatever that may be, we'll get those hung, and you can see the sunlight coming in. I got to finish putting trim on the building, and that'll pretty much have it squared away for now. I've got to run electricity in here right now. I've just got one light up there. I plug it up with an extension cord, so that's what I'm working on, is an extension cord in here, and it's running one tool at a time, but we definitely have got to get electricity up here, and I hope to bring water up here too. I need water on this part of the property as well. In the meantime, what I've been doing is just building stands and doing things of that nature. I put my joiner and my planer on a stand with casters, and I'm not building anything that's fancy. I'm doing things as economical as possible, so just building them out of 2x4s. I did buy the set of in-feed and out-feed tables that DeWalt makes for my planer. When I used it before, when I had a little shop set up, I didn't have those, so I think those will help. And I've got a little miter station set up. I've got to finish that and put some braces on the legs. Not fancy. You know, I see people on YouTube all the time. They build some super nice ones with cabinets and things of that nature. I hope one of these days maybe to do that. But I'm just trying to do things cheap right now. Here's my lumber, what I've got, my scraps and stuff. I'm actually going, if the Lord's will, tomorrow down to Knoxville to pick up some wood to make some cutting boards with. Now, that being said, I do need to let you know, I hope to have some cutting boards here pretty quick. I've got one that I was able to build when I had the workshop set up before we ever moved. That's been a few years ago, and I've had it in storage. I need to do just a little bit of work to finish it. And as I mentioned, I'm going down to Knoxville hopefully this weekend to get the wood to build some more. I've been doing a little knife making. I'm kind of working on design for a chef's knife, and when I get one that I'm satisfied with and that I like for my own personal use, and I think it's good enough to let somebody else use it, I'll have some of those for sale hopefully. I've got a lot of things going in the next few weeks and the next few months. I'm going to try to do better at getting videos out this year, and I'll have some stuff for sale. Hope to do a lot of cooking. I even do some cooking up here in the building from time to time, so got a lot of cooking, a lot of grilling, a lot of things going on. Remember me and my family if you don't care in your prayers, and I'll think of you as well. Appreciate you all again. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.